What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers? All of you I bid to welcome on this aesthetic review for the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser, and that is the Universe class, or better known as the Enterprise J. Now this thing is, from this moment on, is available on STO. It's one of the biggest ships that the Federation has to offer, and has been featured in the TV show with the Jonathan Archer Enterprise. So let's get to it. In my inventory, currently unboxed. So there are three versions of these things. The Federations are going to get the Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6. The Klingons are going to get the Dargoth Heavy Dreadnought Battlecruiser, and that is a temporal ship as well. That is also a Tier 6, obviously. And the Valkis, also a temporal Dreadnought Warbird for the Romulan faction. So all of those are going to be displayed on this channel. Now, for those that are new to the channel, I'm going to go through the statistics of the ship, going to try to customize it a little bit. We're going to head off. After that, we're going to head off into space to see what kind of visuals we're going to get when we're going to equip the different space sets. After that, we're going to take care of the bridge officer's seat, the admiralty card, all of the masteries that we're going to get when you're going to utilize this ship. After that, a little bit of a bridge tour. There is a really awesome bridge on this thing. And as last, we are going to take this ship into combat. So lots of stuff to take care of. But right now, let's take care of the information. So this ship is currently packed and can be traded in this state. One unpack that will bound to the character that opens it and no longer be traded. You must have an empty ship slot available to unpack your ship. The Universe class Temporal Heavy Dreadnought was absolute pivotal to the Allied victory at the Battle of Procyon 5. Through its use of the Tux Uthat and the supported Allied forces, the Universe class was capable of finally returning the Sphere Builders back to the Delphic Expanse. Temporal Heavy Dreadnoughts are colossal starship designed to function as both mobile starbases. Oh my god! This thing is a mobile starbase. Oh shit! And a forward battle station. These ponderous behemoths are heavy. No, wait a minute. This ponderous behemoth are very slow to maneuver, but offer tremendous firepower, unparalleled durability, and its capability to launch combat support vessels. These starships have an energy disruption ability which boost power levels of nearby allies and empower the built-in gravitic lance. Okay, so we're going to have a unique feature, a unique ability that this thing has to feature. Nice. The Temporal Heavy Dreadnought comes equipped with the energy Distributor Accelerator console. When this console ability is activated, it greatly improves the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought energy distributor passive ability, and by greatly boosting power levels, boosting maximum power levels slightly, and also greatly boosting energy transfer rate of yourself and up to 5 nearby allies. Additionally, cycled energy charges will be periodically granted, and each of the user's cycle energy charges will reduce the recharge time of the gravitic lens. All right. So we're going to get some kind of new energy cycle energy charges with this thing, and they would reduce the recharge time of the gravitic lens. Okay, cool. Note, the maximum power boost from this ability does not stack with other maximum power boosts. So I guess this is like if you have two of these ships in the same team, I guess. This console also provides passive boost to direct energy damage and turn rate. Well, turn rate is definitely something that we're going to need on this thing. This console mod be equipped in any console slot, but can only be equipped on the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6, the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Battle Cruiser for the Klingon side, and the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Warbird for the Romulan side. You may only equip one of these mods at any given time. The Temporal Heavy Dreadnought is capable of cycling surplus power to nearby allies. This energy dissipator passively grants a small power level bonus to the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought and up to 4 allies within 5 kilometers. Additionally, for each affected, including yourself, you will generate 1 cycle energy charge once every few seconds. These charges are used to empower the gravitic lance. All right. Okay, we just read that. After achieving level 5 in your Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Battlecruiser Tier 5 Starship Mastery, you will unlock the Repair Mode Starship Trait. Okay, repair modes. Don't know what that is. Sounds interesting. Well, this Starship is Starship Trait is slotted, you will suffer more than 10% of your hit. You will suffer more than 10% of your hit points in a 5-second period. You will gain 1 repair mode counter. Upon receiving your 3rd repair mode counter, you will immediately become disabled. Gain a very high increase in damage resistance, a large amount of temporal hit points, and you will gain a powerful heal over time effect for the duration of repair mode. Okay, so if I'm reading this correctly, activating this trait, this what is it called, this repair mode, you will kind of become like vulnerable, and then you're going to be, after 5 seconds, you're going to be like a high amount of damage resist and a large amount of temporary hit points. So you basically are going to become like, you know, a starship, I guess. Not a starship, a star base, I guess. So it's going to have like, you know, really high amount of damage resist, temporal hit points and stuff like that. So you're going to be like a little bit of invulnerable at that moment. Okay, cool. The Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6 has 2 hangar bay equipped with the Cetus frigate. Okay, these frigates are equipped with phaser beam arrays, phaser beam banks, and quantum torpedoes. Nice. And they are capable of using beam fired wheel 1, channel deconstruction, torpedo high yield 1, and scratch the paint abilities. Now, obviously, the ones that come equipped with this thing by default are not the ones that you want. There are better ones at the Fleet Dilithium store, or at the Dilithium store, or at the Fleet Starbase NPC, where you can get your pets. Those are the elite versions, so definitely recommend those if you want to utilize these pets to their full capabilities. Now, the one that we're going to cover is only available to the Starfleet. It is also a Tier 6 Enterprise J. Nice. Required rank to obtain these ships are Rear Admiral for the Federation, Sub-Admiral 1 for the Romulan, and Brigadier General from the Klingons. You need to be at least level 40. A whole strength of 46,500 hit points at level 40. A 53,475 hit points at level 50, and 62,000 hit points at level 60. Damn, that's a lot. Shield modifier of 1.225. It has 4 weapons on the front, 4 weapons on the aft, and 3 device slots. Console modification, 4 tactical, 4 engineering, and 3 science. Now, based off of this part right here, the console modification, we can actually see that this thing is going to be based off on a cruiser. And also 4 weapons on the front, 4 weapons on the aft. Definitely a cruiser type ship. A base turn rate of 5 degrees per second. Like we already just read, this thing is equivalent to a star base, and we all know that star bases do not turn. It takes an eternity to turn this thing, so 5 degrees per second. Oh my god, when this thing is going to make a full circle at 300 degrees turn, oh my god, it's gonna be you're probably gonna age 1 year. A impulse modifier of 0.13 and an inertia rating of 20, definitely high as well. +5 to all power levels, so shields, engines, auxiliary, and your weapons, base power of 5. Also that universal console, the energy distributor accelerator, energy distribution, gravitic lens. This thing can also load the dual cannons. I mean, why bother? 2 hangar bays that are equipped with the Cestus frigates and the Starship Mastery Package Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser that's going to give absorption plating, quick deployment, armored hull, rapid repairs, and repair mode. That is that unlockable Starship Trait when you level this thing all the way to level 5. Cruiser commander array also, though, strategic maneuvering and weapon system efficiency. Definitely something to activate when you're going to be in combat is strategic maneuvering, because it's going to help you turn and move this thing a little bit faster. But anyway, let's head over to the customization part of this video. So here it is out of the box. And this is how it looks like with the defaulted skin, defaulted customization. And god damn it, man, if any of these developers are listening or watching this video, man, could you like lower the center point of this ship, because it's like really too high, man. We cannot see this thing. Like, look at this thing, like half of the ship is like gone. Could you guys lower it just a little bit so it's like centered, so we can actually see what we are customizing right now? Now I am totally zoomed in, and this is how big it can be zoomed out or zoomed in. Definitely an awesome looking design. Now, like most of us, if we actually did the STF with Procyon 5, we definitely have seen this thing in the STO universe. But looking at this and like playing with it like I'm doing, like turning it upside down and stuff like that, it's definitely a huge looking ship. Nice, right? Really good. Let's see it upside down. Okay, upside down with like the nacelles like turned upside down, kind of reminds me of like a military drone in this profile. Like right there, doesn't that remind you of like a drone? But anyway, it's kind of like stretch out the saucer section. It's not rounded anymore. It's like, you know, an oval shape. Really nice glow on the whole pattern. Nice. Now this thing comes equipped with its own interior. This is the bridge that we're going to showcase. There is like a universe bridge on this thing displayed. Really awesome. Now the universe bridge hasn't been designed for this thing by itself, but it's still definitely good to have. A really nice material type that this thing comes with. It's called type 8-G or J. I'm liking this thing though. It's really good. It's really good. And one thing to note, usually the warp nacelles are like covered all the way from the front to the back. So that's, you know, something new. It's like an open, it's like a convertible warp nacelle with the top down. Anyway, let's go through the window types. Window type number 1, and as you guys can actually see, it kind of switched the material type a back. Not really liking number 1 on the window type though. Let's see, number 2, we are seeing much more of the window shape. Oh, underneath, definitely an improvement. And I definitely, this thing pulsating in its blue color, as you guys can actually see if you focus on the saucer section right there, pulsating blue, definitely awesome. Wow. Material type number 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth so you guys can actually see the difference between type 1 and 2. So that is just type 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 right here. So you can actually notice the changes. Not really subtle because it is like zoomed out. Definitely wish that we could zoom in just a little bit more. And 3 and 4 right here, definitely more leaning towards material type number 4 right there. Complements the ship a little bit more, I guess. And 4 and 5. And 5 and 6. It's like basically somebody's turning on and off all the lights right there. Nope. Material type number 6. It is for me, for my personal preference. Now we are going to go through all of the material types as well. Now the upgrade and the veteran material type you guys might not have. That has to do with my account being like a lifetime member. So if you guys open this thing and you don't have these upgraded and the veteran material types, that has to do with that. So you know. So we got material type number 1 right here, has like that glossy glow to it. Not really liking material type number 1 though on this ship. Material type number 2. Really nice. Also that high reflection. So if you guys are using this thing and you're coming out of the sunlight, you might be blind. So keep that in mind. Definitely cool to look at this thing. And it's really awesome to see that this thing also changes color when it's not being illuminated by the sun. And that is awesome. Material type number 3 right here. Nice. Really cool. All right, material type number 4. Now, I definitely love the material types that actually has a little bit of contour. Now, this is like, and I've said this in my other videos as well, kind of reminds me of like this has like battle damage. It's like scored in flying too close to the sun, so the materials had like a little bit of a suit to it, like this black goo. Type 5, really high reflection rate, really slick. Really cool to see this thing. Nice. Awesome. Material type number 6, really high in the brightness of this thing. It doesn't offer any reflection, so that's a good thing. So you're not going to be blind flying this thing, because obviously this thing has like lots of reflective surfaces. Material type number 7 has like that. Oh, nice reflection rate right there. Oh, I'm liking number 7. Nice. Definitely cool. Wow. Nice. Number 7. Number 8, it's basically kind of like the same, but with like, you know, this these windows up here on the saucer section. Nice. Now, obviously, the one that we that comes equipped with this thing standard. What the difference is between these two? Somebody have added like lights up here, and they turn down the brightness of this like yellow circle up there. Some subtle changes. Okay, so the upgraded skin right here with a high reflection rate. It's really polished. It's like chrome almost. Chrome reflection. Nice. All right. The veteran class. Oh my god. Wow, that is... Definitely love the pattern right here on the saucer section. Wow, that is amazing. Look at that. On the hull as well. Wow, that's cool. That is totally awesome. And for those that are wondering, I have called mine It's Huge. Because I'm guessing this thing is going to be huge to fly. Now, I don't know if they actually thought about this, but, and this is just me speculating, obviously, right here. There are a couple of missions and like STFs that you need to avoid, like little asteroids and like asteroid belts and like debris in space and stuff like that. And I just hope that they are going to be, that this thing is not going to be stuck up there, like, you know, like K-13 comes to mind with that asteroid belt. Like, how are you going to fly this thing through that asteroid belt if it's like that huge in its circumference? But anyway, let's take this thing into space to showcase all of the different visuals. Now, I know some of you are going to wonder already how big is this thing, and I have the Lucari ship right here for comparison. And, you know, you guys can actually pass your own judgment on how big this thing is. Now, in its comparison, obviously, the Lucari ship kind of looks like hangar pets. When it's like, you can basically fit like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 of the Lucari ship in its in its cross section, and it's just awesome. Look at how big this thing is. It's definitely formidable as in its size. Definitely huge. They also said this thing is a mobile starbase. So definitely something to think about when you're going to fly this thing. But anyway, let us move a little bit away from all of those. From that ship. So this is how it flies in space. Doesn't turn real good, 5 degrees per second. We just talked about that, and yeah. I'm gonna move a little bit closer to this station right here, and I am going to start my turn. And still turning. Still turning. Wow, this thing is this thing does not want to turn. Okay, so that's like a half a day of rotation. Wow. Nice. Keep in mind that this thing is definitely in need of like RCS accelerators to help its turn rate, because the fight is definitely going to be over at the time that you are going to go there and start shooting at the enemy. Now, something that was like really funny to read is that you also can equip cannons on this thing. Can you imagine if you're going to equip dual heavy cannons on this thing with like really narrow firing arc? It's gonna be awesome. Wow. All right. Dash plus left is going to make this thing turn left. Now, as we already said, this thing also has those hanger pets right here. So these pets are the default one that comes equipped with the ship when you open it up. So this thing has one beam array on the front, dual beam banks on the front, and one quantum torpedo launcher on the front, and has one phaser beam array on the aft, and it utilizes beam fire it, wheel scratch the paint, channel G construction, and torpedo high heeled at default. Now, like I said, in the dilithium store, there are better ones from these pets, and also at the Fleet Starbase there is an NPC where you can actually obtain the better version, the elite version. I definitely recommend you guys utilizing the elite, because those are the ones that you definitely want to utilize. But let's do the visuals right here. Let me start equipping the different space sets, and we are going to start off with the adaptive Mako space set, and this is how it looks like with the adaptive Mako space set. Now this is as zoomed in and I can be on this thing, because yeah, because this thing is really big in its, like, you know, its size, in its circumference. It's definitely full of details. Let's just keep it at that. Let's keep it really nice. Awesome looking ship though. I like it. I do like it. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show you guys like a really high depth of shadow right here when it's not being illuminated by the sun, because this thing is not tilting a lot. So it is what it is right now. So you have to do with like the shadow right here of the warp nacelles and the structure right there. Definitely awesome to look at these warp nacelles that are like not like totally like totally enveloped. They are basically opened up, and definitely awesome to look at that's nice. All right, so let us continue with the Aegis space set right here. The Aegis, definitely an awesome deflector dish animation. And there's nice engine trail right there from the Aegis space set. Wow. Now, some of the details are gone on this thing because the Aegis space set kind of needs a little bit of shadow to actually highlight all of the contours and like the lines that the ship has. It's kind of being lost, but if you guys are going to be in a dark map, it's definitely going to be visible right there. Wow, cool. Nice. Nice. All right, moving on to the Borg space set. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we are seeing that the engines, or the warp nacelles, like this part right here, that normally is like the blue color, also changes with the different space set. Now it's turned into, like, you know, the Borg color, like greenish. Huge deflector dish, nice. And lots of Borg junk. Definitely awesome to see that. Wow, this thing is totally transformed. Real nice to see. So we got the impulse modifier apparatus right there. Cool. Right smack in the middle. Awesome. Now I do want to see where that modifier of the warp. Oh my god, seriously? Wow. That is just some bad placement of this warp nacelle modifier right there. Wow, that is just bad positioning, man. This thing needed to be like on top right here. Wow, that somebody made a really big boo-boo right there at Cryptic. Placement of that warp nacelle should be, that warp nacelle modifier should be like right there. Right now it kind of looks like when it is it's not even part of the ship. Wow, that's just bad. Sorry I'm being so negative on this, but come on, man. It's like this thing is costing a lot of money to people. It can basically make it a little bit more on your effort. Anyway, that's just nitpicking right there. Definitely looks good on the Borg visuals. Now, I've seen a couple of you guys actually writing the comments in the section, like all of the ships that I do visuals of, like, where do you get all of these space sets? Most of these space sets can be obtained throughout the reputation. Some of them can be obtained by doing story arc on the from STO, and other ones are like, you know, as rewards. So if you guys want to have these visuals and these space sets as well, most of them can be obtained through the reputation, and some of them as a reward by doing the STO content. This is the Counter Command space set. Definitely love that animation of the deflector dish, its own engine trail, and also we are seeing that the warp nacelles are changing color, and that is awesome. Full of details. Definitely love the Counter Command color scheme right there. That is just awesome. Definitely these ribbons right here on the cross section. That's awesome. On the whole, wow. Sexy. Nice. I am definitely liking this thing. All right, let's put a different one up here. The Delta. Yep, the Delta space set. Here we go with the Delta space set. Definitely cool to see this thing with a Delta space set. It kind of, and I was a little bit quiet because kind of a little bit of a speechless moment, because The Delta space set definitely adds to the appeal of this ship. And you can see the transition right here. That is just awesome. I'm liking the Delta space set on this thing. Definitely adding to the appeal of this thing. It is definitely cool. All right, moving on to the, what is this? The Dyson. Oh, look at that. Oh, definitely love these lines up here from the Dyson visuals. Wow, that's awesome. Never noticed that one. The deflector dish has its own animation right there from the Dyson space set. Kind of has like that's you know, sucking of particle effect, like the counter command has. Okay. Underneath, definitely awesome. Wow, it's huge. Wow. Like if you compare it to that this space station right here, it's kind of like the same circumferences. Just as this thing is like a mobile starbase. I wonder how many how many people this thing can hold. It's probably said in the TV shows, and they're probably like, you know, documented details on this thing, but wow, this thing is definitely a behemoth of a ship. All right, moving on. Iconian next. Iconian, right? We did the Delta, yeah. Iconian and Iconian. Here we go with the Iconian space set. Nice, nice. That animation from the deflector dish, that is just awesome. I do want to say one thing to you guys, and let me know in the comment section if this is a good thing. Now, normally in like all of the visuals and aesthetical reviews that I do about ships, there are jump timestamps in the video description, so you can jump to a specific part of the video, obviously. But there was a comment that actually sounded really good to me, and I'm going to do that from now on, like in all of my videos. There was a guy saying that maybe you can do jump timestamps for the visuals as well. So that's gonna be awesome for you guys. So you can jump to a specific visual set that you like to see right away, and you can do so by opening the description below. So you can also jump to a specific space set right away. So you don't have to see me customize this thing or take it into battle. You can just jump from one point to the next point. That is awesome. I am definitely reminded by a different TV show on this tripod right here. And hopefully you guys can, hopefully you guys know what I mean. This part right here, this tripod. And there was like, you know, a really different TV show, science fiction based. Oh, it kind of reminds me of that. Dyson, we already covered the Gemhead Dar. Space set visuals right there. And you guys can actually see the warp nacelles are changing color as well. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, this part right here, that, or at least this circle, kind of reminds you of the Eye of Sauron somehow. Little bit different colors, but it kind of reminds me of that. Nice. Full of details. This thing is awesome. Nice, nice, nice. All right, which one is next? The Iconium we already covered. The Lucari I'm going to do as last. Nukara. Ooh. Oh, wow. Look at these warp nacelles. Even the Bussard collectors are changing. Nice. Ooh, nice animation right there. Love it. Underneath, definitely cool. Nice. Nice. So that was the Nukara. This is the Omega. Now, for those wondering, the Omega can be obtained through the Omega reputation. You have to do a lot of Borg STFs to obtain all of the fleet marks. Those, what was it called? The Borg neural thingamajib that you need. You need 5 of those for each item. So there's like the deflector dish, the engines, and the shields, if memory serves me correctly. So you need 15 of those Borg neural thingamajibs. Nice. Looks good, looks good. All right, let's see the, oh my god, 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 oh my god. The Riemann. Wow. All right, actually it doesn't matter if I zoom all the way out. You can actually still see like the details of the ship. No, but I'm going to hold it right here. These honeycombs, definitely awesome. These honeycomb patterns right here. Wow, that is definitely cool. And underneath, kind of has the same patterns. Underneath and on top. Wow, okay. Wow, cool. Nice. All right, we just covered the Riemann, so we are going to do the Romulan. Little bit of a Romulan design, obviously, just enough to pique your interest. Wow, that's awesome. Can actually see a little bit of that darkened side right here when the shadow goes over the hull. Now, like I said, this thing does not debank at all. 5 degrees per second. But underneath, it's kind of like highlighted somehow. Yeah. Definitely loving the Romulan design on this thing. You guys see, you can actually see like the highlighted color Like the entire saucer section has like this line up here. Nice. On the underneath as well. These highlights are just making this ship looks really good. No animation from the deflector dish or an engine trail, or like, you know, the warp nacelles being modified. That's just a shame, but it's definitely cool to look at. Temporal defense space set. In its creamy color. Nice. That is just good to look at. You can actually see the entire rainbow of color spectrum. All of them in one space set. Oh, I definitely love these pattern underneath. Wow, that is. Can I zoom in a little bit on you? No, this is as far as it goes, but definitely awesome. Wow, cool. Nice, nice. Looking good. Okay, next space set, the Terran Task Force. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Kind of expected this, but... Oh, I see that we definitely got a ship where these beam of light that coming out of the deflector dish is actually soothing the the size of the ship, so it's not standing out. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, that is just a good looking ship. Whoever designed this thing in the Star Trek universe, this design is definitely awesome. And I wouldn't change a thing on the design itself. Now, some people say that the saucer section has been stretched out a little bit too much. Could be, you know, a little bit more rounder, but I think, you know, my personal opinion, obviously, it is really good the way it is. Definitely. All right, let's see what else we got for you guys. The Breen space set. Okay. I don't know why I find this space set to be funny, but I do. Wow, the difference that this thing actually makes when it goes from one space set to another, right? It's like night and day. Like we have like a really good example right here. From the Terran to the Breen, it's like totally different vibe that you guys get. Me included. Totally different vibe on this ship. That's awesome. Nice. Underneath as well. Wow. All right, the last space set that I'm going to cover is the Lucari from the Lucari Reputation. Wow, nice. Okay. Now, I was expecting these colors, but you know, seeing it and anticipating something, it's totally different. Wow, this thing has... Okay, the Lucari space set right now, it's one of my favorite space sets visually wise. Wow. Has that... It kind of has everything. I mean, it has like this awesome trail of like stream of protons or whatever. It has like this awesome animation right there from the deflector disc pulsating forward. It has this awesome visuals. Oh, it even has that glow. Wow. That reflection of the sunlight on the hull. Wow, that is just, this is just awesome. My God, this thing looks really good. No, I should say minus left. Okay, so this thing is not going to turn anymore. Okay, so just to summarize this thing, it has 4 weapons on the front, 4 on the aft, a deflector, impulse, warp, and shield. It has a room for 3 devices, 4 engineering console slots, 3 science console slots, and 4 tactical console slots with 2 hangar bays equipped, so you can you can utilize these hangar pets. Obviously, I recommend you guys obtaining the ones from the fleet, the elite version, because those are like, you know, the best one out there if you want to utilize these. The Starship Mastery Package. Level 1, the physical and kinetic damage resist by 25. Level 2, 42.4% recharge time reduction on launching carrier pet crafts. Also 50%, what was that? In rank XP for all hangar pets. And I think that is just a trait that I have. Because I love carriers. I have like a little bit of a... traits going on that are, you know, beneficial to carriers. Level 3 is going to give us an armored hull by 10% in hit points increasement. Definitely awesome. Level 4 rapid repairs is going to increase the hull regeneration by 775 or 1.25% of your current maximum every 3 seconds in space, and twice this amount is regenerated out of combat. Like I usually say, and that is, you know, true to like all of the videos and all of the ships that I do reviews about. All of these numbers and statistics that you guys are seeing right here are based off on my characters, so you can have like a totally different number of whole hit points that are being regenerated if you level this thing to level 4, or like all of the other ones as well. So keep that in mind when you're doing like crunching numbers and, you know, setting up what kind of ship you want. So level 5 is that unlockable Starship Trait in repair mode. So taking damage grants repair mode. After taking a large amount of damage, you gain 1 repair mode counter for every 120 seconds. May occur once every 3 seconds. On the third repair mode counter after repair mode, you're going to get 10,000 hit points every 0.5 seconds for 5 seconds. Wow, that is a lot. So those are those beneficials that you're going to get when repair mode is active. Also plus 500 to all damage bonus resistance rating for 5 seconds. Wow, that is a lot. Also 50,000 temporary hit points for 5 seconds. You're going to be disabled for 5 seconds, and also removes the repair mode counters. Locks out ability to regenerate repair mode counters for 90 seconds. 90 seconds is like a minute and a half. But for the duration of 5 seconds, you are, wow, you are one big tank. Nobody and nothing can actually hit you, because every 0.5 seconds you're going to get 10,000 hit points. So every 1 second, that's 20,000 hit points for the duration of 5 seconds. So that's 100,000 hit points. Wow. And also 50,000 in temporary hit points. Wow, that is amazing. This trait, this repair mode, wow, this thing is definitely useful if you're going to use it on other ships as well. Wow, this is just huge. The information right here from the Universal Console. Let's see. Okay, so the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought comes equipped with the Energy Distributor Accelerator console. When this console ability is activated, it greatly improves the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Energy Distributor passive ability and greatly boosting power levels, boosting maximum power levels slightly, and also greatly boosting energy transfer rate of yourself up to 4 nearby allies. Because you are in a team of 5. Obviously, additionally, cycled energy charges will periodically granted, and each of the user's cycled energy charges will reduce the recharge time of the gravitic lance. Passive bonus to direct energy damage and turn rate, and this thing can be equipped in any of these Temporal Heavy Dreadnoughts, the Klingon, Romulan, and the Federation. But you may only equip one of those mods at any given time. 20% in direct energy damage, and also 20% in flight turn rate. Really cool. So affected friend and self at a maximum of 5 within a 5-kilometer sphere and 2-minute cooldown. To ally plus 10 maximum all power levels for 20 seconds. You're also going to gain 1 cycled energy counter for the duration of 60 seconds for each ally within 5 kilometers, maximum of 5 targets, including yourself, every 1 second for 20 seconds. Nice. Reduces recharge time of gravitic lance by 0.3% every 2 seconds for 20 seconds. Okay, that's cool. Scales the cycled power charges to ally plus 15 current power levels for 20 seconds and 150% power transfer rate for 100 seconds. This is obviously when it's like in full power. Wow. So this thing is definitely a support ship, or what I'm reading right here. This is not something that you want to fly out by yourself. So for people that are just the top of my head that are utilizing cruisers and like engineering type of build, this is definitely one for you guys. If you guys are using tactical and having like, you know, escort type of tactics, not for you. The turning rate is definitely not good, and all of these abilities are for support. Let me also, what is this? I gained another one. Okay, cool, awesome. Let me also display the admiralty card. Here we go. The Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser Tier 6 has a rarity of 4 stars, 57 points in engineering, 42 in tactical, 27 in science, and obviously 18-hour cooldown or in maintenance. Special ability plus 20 tactical and engineering when alone. Nice. 18 hours in maintenance and is on reserve. So let us equip this thing and see all of the statistics. Wow, that's awesome. Now, even though this thing is not, you know, the mission right here is not really a hard one, but definitely these points. Wow, these points are definitely awesome. the station layout or the bridge officer layout. Now, obviously, this thing comes equipped with a Lieutenant Commander Universal / Command station. Do we have anybody that has command abilities? You, baby? Yeah. A Lieutenant Tactical Station for a little bit of tactical play. A Lieutenant Engineering Station for all of your whole healing abilities and stuff like that. Something like that. A Commander Engineering / Temporal Ops Station. Now, this thing is definitely a temporal ship. Maybe somebody else. Lana? No? No, I didn't want to do that. I live there, and let's just put a normal engineering right there. I guess I don't have a temporal ops on engineering. And the last is going to be a Lieutenant Science Station for your science healing abilities. Just something, yeah, sure. Tractability pros. Now, like I always say in like all of the videos that I do review about, don't use this thing as a build. This is just something that I put up together because I want to have a little bit of firepower, obviously, when I'm going to take this thing into combat. So don't use this thing as a build, and the next part is going to be combat. So wait a minute. We're going to take a bridge tour. Now, this is the Universe Bridge. I did showcase this in a different video, but it's definitely awesome to display it as well right here. So you guys can actually see how big this thing is. And it kind of soothing the the bridge theme. Nice, right? Has that temporal vibe. Definitely awesome. Looks really good. And obviously, like, these things up here are like consoles that you can push buttons and stuff like that. And I guess nobody actually wants to sit anywhere. So definitely awesome when we have these beautiful windows outside that we can look when the sun is up or anything like that. Awesome, right? Awesome. Let's take this thing into combat. Here we go with Wanted. Now, obviously, this is a patrol mission. Patrol the Argala. Here we go. Full impulse. Let me also put everything on auto fire. And let's do some damage. Whoa, what's going on? Whoa, asteroid. Like I said, this thing, I hope that Cryptic has made like really good calculations, because you might get stuck somewhere. I'm also going to put out my hangar pets. Now, something that you might expect, triple digits. Nothing to write home about. The vibe that I'm getting definitely is based off on a cruiser. Let me push you away. Doing kinetic damage right there. Awesome. Wow, this thing is definitely a behemoth of a ship. I love that description. No, that's awesome. Alright, let's do that, and fire. Nice. Okay, that one got destroyed. Now this is where the part when it comes to maneuvering this thing. So obviously these guys are going to outmaneuver your ship like crazy. A little bit of temporary hit points right there. What activated? Temporal cross wiring. Okay. Now let's see how much it turns. On this guy, we are going to utilize that energy distributor accelerator. Oh, that guy's dead. And let's see what the Benthans are going to do, because this is definitely something that is going to benefit the allies within a 5-kilometer radius. But I'm here to display this thing visually. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Boom! Wow! Wow, that was awesome. Wow, that was awesome. Definitely loving that part. Strategic maneuvering a little bit. Okay, so it's not bad, not bad. Now, I am not saying that cruisers and ships that have like a really high turning rate don't do good in DPS wise, or if you're going for that. Definitely a good ship. Definitely can do lots of DPS. Just keep in mind it has like a really slow turning rate, and with like hangar pets, it is a good ship to fly. Like most of you guys are here to obtain the 20,000, and it's like brought my ship hit points to, what was it, like 80%? Nice. Wow. Now, just for the super rich under us that are wanting to have this thing just because you want to have it, making it like a collector's item, this is definitely one of those ships that you need to have. What else can we activate? Nothing. Hey, where did you go? She cloaked. Those stupid Jem'Hadars. But those guys has channel deconstruction, and there we go. Nice. Artillery. Nice. Now this mission obviously is not really a good representation of what this ship is capable of, but it is an indication after all, and it is definitely good. Ooh. That connected. 80k damage. Kill them, kill them. Nice. Oh, wrong side. And as you guys can actually see, my pets are doing most of the damage, and they're like, okay, you know, they're decent pets when it comes to like DPS and stuff like that. Awesome. But here we go with that special ability again in 3, 2, wait a minute. Do we have the Benthans near us? No. Anyway, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Kind of reminds me of the Lucari. Has some really awesome visuals right there. Definitely cool. High yield torpedoes. Oh, dead. There, those connected. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Lots of loot laying around. Wow, this is awesome. This is definitely an awesome looking ship. Now, obviously, these hangar pets are going to follow me around. Let me just stop this thing so we can actually see these hangar pets a little bit closer on my ship. If you guys stop moving. There. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. Guys, let me know if you enjoyed this this aesthetic review of this thing. It is a behemoth of a ship, and it is called the Temporal Heavy Dreadnought Cruiser, and it is a Universe class tier 6 ship for the Federation. It's the biggest ship that the Federation has to offer, the Enterprise J version, and it is definitely a good looking ship in my book. Anyway, I hope you guys had a little bit of entertainment coming out of this channel. I hope to see you on the other ones as well, because we have the Romulans have their own behemoth of a ship, and the Klingons have a behemoth of a ship as well. So for now, I'm going to say take care and later.